History of the Czech Republic. Published December the 9th, 2017. Special characters are denoted as follows. And. Left and right parentheses. The history of what are now known as the Czech Lands. In Czech, Český is very diverse. These lands have changed hands many times, and have been known by a variety of different names. Up until the fall of the Austro-Hungarian monarchy after the First World War, the lands were known as the lands of the Bohemian Crown and formed a constituent state of that empire, the Kingdom of Bohemia. In Czech, Království České, the word Bohemia is a Latin term for Čechy. Prior to the Battle of Mohacs, the kingdom was an independent state within the Holy Roman Empire. After that battle, the lands of the Bohemian Crown were incorporated into the Austrian Empire, and later into the aforementioned Austro-Hungarian monarchy. They came to be known as the Czech Lands after the fall of the empire, and the rise of the First Czechoslovak Republic, when the term Bohemia, in Czech, Čechy, which also refers to the region of the former kingdom, was no longer deemed acceptable by those in Moravia and Czech Silesia. Historically, other two core lands of the Bohemian Crown. These three integral Czech lands, Bohemia, Moravia and Czech Silesia, now form the boundaries of the Czech Republic. Part 1. Periods through history. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 1. Prehistory. Early modern humans had settled in the region by the Lower Paleolithic. 2.5 miles 750,000 boron. 3. Phosphide. Several Paleolithic cultures settled here, including Achoilian, Micoquien, Mousterian, and Aurignacian. The Predmosty archaeological site near Brno is dated to between 24,000 and 27,000 years old. The figurines Venus of Dolní Věstonice found here are the oldest known ceramic articles in the world. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 2. Early tribes. The area was settled by the Celts, called Boii, who gave the name to the region Bohemia, which means more or less the home of the Boii. From 5th BC until 2nd AC and from 1st century by various Germanic tribes. Marcomanni, Quadi, Lombards. Germanic towns are described on the map of Ptolemaios in the 2nd century, for example, Corridorgus for Vltava. Those tribes migrated to the west in 5th century and then came Slavs. Citation needed. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 3. Arrival of the Slavs. The first Slavic people, Czech tribes in Bohemia and Moravians in Moravia, arrived in the 6th century. According to historian Dušan Třestík, they advanced through the Moravian Gate, Moravská Brana Valley, and in the year 530 moved into eastern Bohemia, along the rivers Labe, Elbe, and Vltava, Moldau, further into central Bohemia. Many historians support the theory of a further wave of Slavs coming from the south during the first half of the 7th century. They fought with neighboring Avars until the rise of the Empire of Samos. See below. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 4. Samos realm. According to the Chronicle of Frydiga, some of the Slavs living on what is now Czech territory, mainly in southern Moravia, were exposed for a number of years to violence and marauding raids from the Avars, whose empire stretched across the territory of present-day Hungary. In 623, the Slavic tribes revolted against the oppression of the Avars. During this time, The Frankish merchant Samos allegedly came to the Czech lands with his entourage and joined with the Slavs to defeat the Avars. Thus the Slavs adopted Samos as their ruler. So it happened that he self-founded the First Slavic Empire. He married the then 12 Slavic women, had with them 22 sons and 15 daughters, and happily ruled for 35 years. All other fights, which under his leadership Slavs fought with the Avars, were victorious. The Frankish chronicler Reich, called Friediger, wrote about Samos in the oldest extant written report by the Slavs in the Czech lands. Later Samos and the Slavs came into conflict with the Frankish Empire, whose ruler Dagobert wanted to extend his rule to the east, but Dagobert was defeated in the memorable Battle of Wagastisburg in 631. To this day, historians are searching in vain for this stronghold's actual location. Over the next 5 years Samos and the Slavs undertook raids on Frankish territory, but no one knows exactly how far to the northeast Samos' power eventually reached, probably beyond the boundaries of today's Czech Republic. After Samos' death, his empire seems to have disappeared. In fact, however, there never was a real state structure with solid organization. The empire was created to unite Slavs to defend against Avars and Franks and to facilitate Slavic plundering expeditions against their neighbors. Once the Avar and Frankish danger had passed, the united empire disintegrated and the fragmented territories were ruled by Samos' various followers. These remnants continued their further development and became the core foundation for the future Great Moravian Empire. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 5. Great Moravia. A Slavic state, Great Moravia was created by the ancestors of the Czechs, Slovaks and Poles, and its core area lay on both sides of the Morava River. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 6. Duchy of Bohemia and Kingdom of Bohemia to 1526. The Duchy of Bohemia, established in the 9th century, raised to a kingdom in 1198. The country reached its greatest territorial extent and is considered as the Golden Age. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 7. Bohemian estates against Habsburg absolutism. Ferdinand II, who ruled 1619 to 1637, sharply curtailed the power of the largely Protestant representative assembly known as the Bohemian Estates. He confiscated lands of Protestant nobles and gave them to his Catholic friends and to the generals who led the foreign mercenaries he employed. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 8. The Dark Age and National Revival. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 9. Austria-Hungary, the Dual Monarchy. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 10. Czechoslovakia. The Kingdom of Bohemia officially ceased to exist in 1918 when the Czechoslovak Republic was declared, a merger of the lands of the Bohemian Crown, Slovakia, and Carpathian Ruthenia. Czechoslovakia before World War II remained the only democracy in Central and Eastern Europe. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 11. Second Republic/Occupation. The large German population of the Czech lands was expelled after fall of Nazi Germany and of its occupation of Czechoslovakia. The Czechoslovaks were now almost homogeneous in their composition, dominated by ethnic Czechs and Slovaks. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 12. Third Republic/Communist era. Part 1. Periods through history. Chapter 13. The Czech Republic. On the 1st of January 1993, the Velvet Divorce occurred, whereby two separate states were created out of the former Czechoslovakia, the Czech Republic and the Slovak Republic. The Czech Republic became a member of NATO in 1999 and the European Union in May 2004. This recording is a derivative work from Wikipedia. For more information, please visit www.frogcast.org.